أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما آمين يا رب العالمين. Welcome back to our journey through al-Balagha, the science of eloquence in the Arabic language. So far we have covered ilm al-Ma'ani, the science that focuses on how to structure sentences to suit different contexts, and also it answers how do I say something in the most appropriate and impactful way. So this is Ilmamani. It it is just about intended meanings behind words and the statements. Then we have Ilmul Bayan, the science that deals with how to express meanings using imagery, the eloquence of expression, the figurative language in which we learned about tashbih, the simile, majaz, the metaphor, the kinaya, indirect expression. So these two sciences helped us understand clarity and imaginative expression in Arabic. So today we begin with the third branch, and that is ilmul badi. Ilm al-Badi, the word as we can see that it comes from al-Ibda, to create something beautifully or uniquely. It is about beautifying the speech, and it we can say that it also comes from ihsan, the excellence. So this science focuses on how do we beautify our speech, both in meaning and wording. So while Mani focuses on the context and Bayan focuses on the imagination, Badi focuses on adornments, the enhancements, the final touch that makes speech truly elegant. So, what does it include? It includes meaning based beauty, that is the contrast or irony, and word based beauty, we can say, and that is the rhyme, the repetition, the puns, and these beautifiers are called muhassinaat. So this is muhassinaat uh, al-manawiya al-muhsinat al-lafziya. These are the two enhancements or beautifiers that we are going to learn in ilm al-badi, the meaning based enhancements and the word based enhancements or the beautifiers. Muhsinat, Manaviya, Muhsinat, Lafziya. So we are going to explore these in very simple terms, as always, with examples from the Quran, poetry, and even modern Arabic. So, inshallah, as we begin Ilm al Badi, you're going to see how Arabic reaches a level of beauty that no other language can match, combining the precision, the power, and the poetry all at once. So here in Muhsanat Manaviya, we are going to learn about different types of the beautifiers, which include التورية, الطباق, المقابلة, مراد, النزير, الاستخدام, جمع, تفريق, تقسيم, تأكيد مدة بما يشبه زم, حسن التعليل, ائتلاف اللفظ مع المعنى, أسلوب الحكيم. These are all we are going to learn in Muhassinat Manaviya. Then we have Muhsinat al-Lafziya, in which we are going to learn about al-Jinas, al-Saj'a, al-Iktibas. So let's start with Muhsinat Manaviya. First of all, we are going to learn about at-Tawriya, the first beautifier we are going to learn, inshallah. So let's see what are they. Here, a Toria, we are going to start with a Toria. And what is this? This is the first Muhsanat Manaviya we are going to learn. And in this, we'll see that how it is coming from the root letters of Vav, Ra, and Ya. So this is, first we are going to see it is a technique that adds depth and or you can say hidden beauty to speech, poetry, and especially in the Quran. Its linguistic meaning, or we can say the mana al-lugwi, is that this is a word Toria which comes from, as mentioned, Waw, Ra, and Ya, which means to hide, to conceal, or to cover. And it is just similar to, in meaning, to the Arabic word akhfa, that means to hide. The Quranic examples that uses this root letter is ليريه كيف يواري سوءة أخيه, to show him how to conceal the disgrace of his brother. This is from Surah Maida, ayah number 31. And again in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, قَدْ أَنزَلْنَا عَلَيْكُمْ لِبَاسًا يُوَارِي سَوَاتِكُمْ. We have sent down to you clothing to conceal your private parts. It is from Surah Araf, ayah number 26. So this is how this root letter is used to hide, to conceal, and to cover. Then it has the technical meaning, the mana al-istilahi, and it can be defined as أن يذكر المتكلم لفظا مفردا له معنيان قريب ظاهر غير مراد وبعيد خفي هو المراد. So it can have two meanings. قريب ظاهر غير مراد. That means قريب ظاهر means something that is clear, that is قريب, but it is غير مراد. It is not intended. And وَبَعِيد خَفِيٌّ, that means it is like far meaning or a hidden meaning, and that is what is intended, huwa al-murad. So it means it is when a speaker uses a single word that has two meanings. One meaning is obvious and close, qarib and zahir, but that is not intended, غير murad. And the other meaning is hidden, or you can say it is distant, that is ba'id, that is the intended meaning, that is huwa al murad. So the listener may initially think of the apparent meaning, but the cleverness lies in hiding the intended meaning underneath. So this is the you can say the whole definition of the Torah. So the purpose and beauty of Torah is it creates surprise and depth, and it increases the emotional and intellectual impact of the statement, often found in Quran and in Hadith and in classical poetry and Arabic literature. So it is one Atoria, when the speaker mentions a single word that has two meanings. One is obvious and close, Karib and Sahir, to the listener, but not the intended meaning. The other one is a subtle and hidden meaning, and that is the intended meaning, and the speaker intends that meaning. We can see this one from as we always take examples from Quran and the Arabic poetry. So here, this is from a poetry. We can see the example, and it is a very real poetic example of Toria when where a word has a double meaning. One is apparent and the other is hidden and intended. Let's see the part of the poem. أصون أديم وجهي عن أناس لقاء الموت عنده الأديب ورب الشعر عنده اليغيظ ولو عواف به لهم حبيب. So this is the translation we can see here as I protect the skin of my face from people for whom meeting death is the only source of advice. And in their eyes, poetry provokes anger, even if it is brought to them by Habib. So, as there is always, you can say the explanation of the poems, like in English. So, the explanation of this poetry or these verses from poetry is like how we are going to find the Torah. Let's see first, just focus on the word Habib. It has two possible meanings. Here, I have highlighted this word. Like one is the apparent or the Karib meaning, and that is Zahir. Habib means as someone who is a beloved person, a general term that is used, and Ba'id, a hidden or the intended meaning, because we know that for in Torah, the meaning that is Ba'id or hidden, that one is the intended one. So Habib refers to a real poet's name. The full name is Habib ibn Os, who is more famously known as, you can say, Abu Tamam, one of the greatest poets of the Arabic literature. So here, what does the poet really mean? He says that they despise poetry, even if it is brought to them by someone as great as Abu Tamam, Habib ibn Os. So what is the cleverness or Toria here? He hides a reference to Abu Tamam under a word that could easily be, we can say that misunderstood as just a beloved person. Like even if poetry comes from a beloved person or the actual, you can say the poet, Habib, that is Abu Tamam. So that's Toria. This is the beauty of Toria. You see that there is the intended meaning is the hidden one. And like why we are using Toria here, like it adds depth and you can see wit to the verse. It allows the poet to subtly name drop a famous figure without directly mentioning him. And also it makes the poetry intellectually stimulating, especially for audience trained in the Arabic language. Like we can say Toria like this is a sign of mastery and expression. One word, but two meanings. The listener hears one thing, but the poet hides another beneath it, under it. And this is why studying Balagha is not just about the language, it's about decoding the beauty that lies beneath the surface. So this is a Toria in al-Badī. And inshallah, we are going to continue with more beautifiers, more enhancements in al-Badī, and we are going to learn about them, that how it just enhances the language. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Quran al-Azim wa nafani wa iyyakum bima fihi min al-ayati wa zikr al-hakim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.